And I'm going to be honest, from a radio mind perspective, I strategically didn't want to do this at 10 a.m. I wanted to give it an hour because I didn't want to feel like this was, cheap banter, cheap fodder, but we got to talk about it.
Go ahead.
Aaron Glenn at the combine. we got to talk about it. I don't want to be painted as Mr. Jet Hater here, but let's all acknowledge what we saw. And if you haven't seen it, it's everywhere on social media, everywhere on the internet. Aaron Glenn is at the combine, which I'm going to first defend Aaron Glenn. Boy, are these things boring. We talked about yesterday, Tiki.
And they're long.
They're long.
The days are ridiculously long.
We talked about watching it on TV yesterday and how we used to have to do it to do national radio, and people want to talk about it, and that we don't feel obligated to watch the combine anymore. You'd rather just read the news clippings and stories. So I could only imagine sitting there for hours on end over the course of 5 days, how boring it gets. So I want to sympathize first with Aaron Glenn. So there is a clip on the internet, if you haven't seen it, of Aaron Glenn gets caught on TV at the combine because guess what happens when you televise the combine? You got to start looking around at coaches and GMs.
There's nothing to talk about.
You're doing sports talk radio at the combine, right? Yeah. If you're on the NFL Network, there's Aaron Glenn sitting there watching this 40-yard day. You're doing the Quiet Leagues golf. And they catch Aaron Glenn, and it could be read one of two ways. Either his eyes are really squinted reading something downward.
Which he's not.
Or he's resting his eyes a little bit. I'm not saying full-blown knocked out snoring, but
by the way, we've all been there.
Of course
we've all
there.
been someplace where you're just like, I just need 30 seconds.
No doubt.
I need a minute of not thinking about it.
Just to gather myself. And the cameras catch him at the wrong time, and he does it. And then what makes it worse is it's almost as if somebody tells him, Aaron, they're showing you.
Yes.
Because the TVs are up, and he gets that startled look. That's what tells me he was resting his eyes. Because nothing exciting was going on that much to have that much of a jump scare into him.
Not like, oh my God, did you see that 40?
Yeah. So now that I've defended him a little bit in understanding, I would also say this. It's also a terrible look.
It's a bad look because we already feel like he's in over his head and he's trying to figure out how to be the right kind of head coach.
Exactly. And this is not, partially Aaron Glenn's fault, but it's not fully Aaron Glenn's fault that all eyes are on him this offseason. But like it or not, Aaron Glenn might be approaching in year two an enormous hot seat. There's a lot of questions about what the heck the Jets are going to do. They also made the biggest news of the day yesterday when they traded Jermaine Johnson. Hello, Aaron Glenn. Maybe you understand that the Jets are a topic yesterday on TV.
Huge one.
Huge topic. So you're going to get back to your hotel at night. You're going to rest. If you're Aaron Glenn, it's just, the Giants, we did the whole John Harbaugh's a CEO type head coach, and that's what they look for. That is not what a CEO type does with the lack of awareness that cameras can be on him.
Yeah, I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for him too, but it's impossible to ignore. It's a bad look for you,
and
Aaron.
It's also because of the scrutiny that's surrounding him. He's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
No.
It's almost like, I don't want to say the NFL Network is doing this specifically, but when there's questions around you, they seek out reasons to make those questions more profound. Right, to make it create more questions. And so if Aaron Glenn had won multiple games last year and he's fine, they're not going to show that.
No. And here's the thing. Here's the issue.
Because now they can make fun of him.
That's the problem. Look, guys, it's 2026. We could have had the same conversation in 2018.
Right.
The internet, social media world, it ain't going away. Right. You either got to get on board with it. You can hate it all you want, but it's a part of society now. This is what Aaron Glenn, when his job ultimately ends, if he never wins with the Jets, is going to be remembered for. This is the memeable moment of Aaron Glenn's career.
That and the superpowers.
Anytime there's a bad Jet moment this year where he doesn't challenge a play, or he keeps a timeout in his pocket, or the defense doesn't make a stop on third down.
Yeah, I hate that for him, though.
Yeah, I do too. But guess what John 067432 is putting up on Twitter? The video of Aaron Glenn sleeping at the combine. When a big rookie makes a play that the Jets surely pass on in the draft, guess what's getting posted online? Aaron Glenn sleeping at the combine. I go as far as to say this is worse than Adam Gase's darting eyes at his press conference, but it's because at least, whatever was going on with Adam Gase was at least this is now a year into Aaron Glenn already winning not enough games where this is supposed to be an important job for you to get the roster right. And at the combine, you're resting your eyes.
Right. It's so much of it is just perception. It's just what people think about you.
Yes.
And this isn't fair at all. I'm acknowledging that this is not fair to judge that Aaron Glenn is sleeping on the job, so to speak. But that's literally what we saw. And it creates this bad perception, a continued perception about him. And look, are there ways to combat like negative press? Of course there is. Mm-hmm. Part of it is presenting yourself and doing it in a very confident way and assured way. But media doesn't. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's not like they're going to give you the chance to do that. They're going to take advantage of any bad moment when you're already getting beat down. And that's where Aaron Glenn and the Jets, that's where they are right now. They're getting beat down, so it's really easy to just keep beating them down.
That's it. I felt bad for Aaron Glenn yesterday, but also I had to be real about it. Just you have to be more self-aware if you're Aaron Glenn. You have to. It's inexcusable, and I don't think he shakes this. I think it'll be what he gets remembered for. Hell, think about the great Hall of Fame radio career Mike Francesa had on these airwaves.
Yeah.
And when you ask people, what do you remember about Mike? Within the first 5 things they rattle off is he was sleeping during the Sweeney murder. People don't forget that. No. It's like the kid who farts in 3rd grade. You get remembered for that throughout high school. Oh, remember the time you farted in math class? Like, you just get identified for these certain moments. Mark Sanchez, the butt fumble. Mm-hmm. Aaron Glenn added to Jet lore yesterday. Your coach was asleep at the combine. It's unfair, like Tiki said, but it's the reality. And that's on Aaron Glenn for not being aware that the Jets are a story yesterday, and that box was going to be shown 1,000,000 times on NFL Network.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right.
Now, our resident Jet fan since Evan is out is Connor Green. First time we're going to really hear from him today. Connor Green, the voice of the Jets here on our midday show today. How do you feel about Aaron Glenn sleeping on the job?
It's just, why does it always have to be the Jets?
Because it's the LOL Jets, Connor. You know this.
It just never, ever ends. This is a team that has not been relevant in 20 years, and yet almost every single week there is some kind of story or something that happens that embarrasses the Jet fan to the point that I don't even care at this point if they go to the playoffs or if they're good. Just please stop embarrassing the fan base, whether it's the butt fumble, the foot fetish thing, Geno Smith getting his jaw broken in the fight in the locker room.
The foot fetish thing was kind of cool, though.
It was. And at least Rex won, so you were okay with it.
We finally get all excited about Aaron Rodgers torn Achilles in the first 30 seconds of the first game of the season. It never ends with the Jets.
Jets down 17-0 in the first half of week 1. Guess what you're going to see all over Twitter? Aaron Glenn sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, it's it.
Right. And the Photoshop picture of him with the blanket on and the sleepy hat on with the candle he's holding.
Now you're giving people ideas.
Well, they're all over. You can't, it's the Jets. It's amazing. Fernando and Weehawken. Fernando, what's up?
What's up, dude?
Hi guys, this is crazy to me. You're sleeping on the job. What makes you think, right? Like, when he's watching film and he's dozing off. I mean, come on, take a walk, splash some water on your face. Yes, we've all been there.
We all have been there. But Fernando, we're there when no one cares. Right? Nobody's looking at you.
Yes and no, right? I have a pretty important job myself, and I can't be. If I am tired, right, long night, long morning, whatever it is, take a walk.
Right.
Take out your stopwatch.
Right. Get up and start talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Like force yourself awake.
Drink a Cuban espresso.
Yes, you got to do something.
Christ.
Right.
That's it, boys.
Thank you, Fernando.
He's so right. He's so right. All of us work
and
hard.
It's funny because Jet fans are like taking it personal.
Yes.
Because it's just another tick in the column of LOL. All right, there's another LOL moment.
Like Connor just alluded to, Jet fans don't need Aaron Glenn sleeping on the job. You guys have been through enough.
Yes.
You hate when I say something. You hate when, Gio says something or anything negative about the Jets, and this just adds fuel to the fire. We don't want to be making fun of Aaron Glenn today. The Jets had a good day before Aaron Glenn slept yesterday. They made a very smart, frugal trade for Devondre Sweat. It was a good day in Jetland. And this guy doesn't have the self-realization that in a boring event like that, where he's bored, what do you think the announcers of the Combine are feeling?
Of course.
That just maybe they might peer to the Jet box to talk about the Jets who picked 2nd overall and made the trade of the day in the NFL yesterday? Wake up.
Yeah. We're the freaking New York Jets.
Come on, Connor.
Wake up. Julian in South Plainfield. Julian, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
Appreciate the call. Question: do you think Aaron? What can he possibly do in the future to just right this wrong? I mean,
a lot of C4.
I honestly think maybe he's giving these guys a way out in the hopes of possibly just, with the second pick,
Just what?
Yeah.
Oh, Julian, you fell asleep now. I think
Yeah.
was that the bit?
Yeah. The Jets better hit a home run with their second pick.
Oh, yeah.
They better.
They better.
Now, it's almost impossible for them not to. I mean, they're not getting Fernando Mendoza. And as we talked about briefly yesterday, they shouldn't.
No.
I mean, you look at Dan Orlovsky now taking shots at Fernando Mendoza. There's not a lot of, clean pockets. It looks easy, not a bunch of tough throws, but I remember some tough throws.
Yeah.
I remember some moments where he was fantastic.
Look at that Penn State game.
You can't help who you play. Like
No.
when you're playing in the Big Ten, and some of those games are just whatever. Little sisters are poor games. It's not his fault. He just has to go make the easy throw and not mess it up and win football games. And he did, and he won a national championship along with winning the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
Like it was Joe Burrow-esque when Joe Burrow was at LSU. So you give him credit, but you can't take unnecessary shots because the competition is poor. But that being said, there are at least, I think, 4 or 5 guys who are no doubters in the NFL this upcoming draft. And Fernando Mendoza is going to start. I don't know if he's a no doubter. Quarterbacking is just hard. But I think Arvell Reese, automatic. I think Delaney, the guy from LSU, the cornerback, I think he's going to be great. I think Carnell Tate's going to be great. I think Bailey's going to be great.
Yes.
The Texas Tech linebacker. And Mendoza's a question mark.
Right. So
only because he plays quarterback.
But you're going to get the best player in the draft. In your mind, who you view as the best player in the draft, the Jets have to hit this.
Right. They are getting one of those 4 or 5 guys that I mentioned. They're getting one of those guys.
But when you're asleep at the job, you forget the Jets need to add more than just that. They've picked number 16. They have a high second-round pick. Please, Aaron. Andy in Smithtown. Andy, what's up?
What's up, guys? I've absolutely had it with this franchise. They need to blow it up, get rid of the actual franchise. It's time to go. Get rid of the New York Jets. I can't take it. I got to freaking brown bag it in February already. Put the brown bag over my head because it's not even worth it. Get rid of the New York Jets. Make them the Titans again. I don't care.
Right.
Well, they did. Robert Saleh and Jermaine Johnson are Titans.
Right.
Thanks, Andy.
I hate this team.
That's a good bit, though. Now I'm thinking of Jet fans showing up at the Combine with the brown paper bags early in February.
I agree with him. Just fold the franchise.
Move 'em to Quebec?
I want to root for the Giants. I like John Harbaugh. I work the Giants games with Tiki and John Schmel.
Is that what would happen to Jet fans? If the Jets, this is not happening ever. They make too much money for the league. But if the Jets folded, went away, would Jet fans become Giant fans?
Ooh,
I think
question.
some of them would. Some would maybe just pick a random team.
Yeah.
I would pick the Giants. I like Jackson Dart, Big Blue, great ownership, John Mara. And I just don't, I can't deal with this anymore with the Jets. It's awful. Every year it's the same thing. You can't, we're falling asleep at the NFL Combine on national television. It's like a humiliation ritual. Every week there's a different story about this franchise.
And they're trying hard. This is the ironic thing about it. They're trying so hard not to be in the spotlight. They're trying to stay below key and just not have the story be about them. It was the same thing they did last offseason, to the point, as we talked about yesterday, you just had no idea what to expect from the team. You didn't know what the coaching situation, the personality of the coaches. You didn't know any of that stuff because they were so low key. They were trying to do the same thing, and it's backfiring because people are really interested in them.
Now, the thing I really do wonder, I don't know. Woody Johnson, right? We talked about a lot about the Aaron Glenn stuff and what may or may not have happened with the Wink Martindale situation. And then Aaron Glenn comes out the day before and talks about what his superpower is.
Yes.
Woody Johnson sees that clip yesterday. Do you think it has a non-effect on him? Is he upset by it? Or does he laugh at it? I really don't know. I'm curious.
I'm trying to think. I think he laughs at it.
Think he laughs at it?
Because it really doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't, but it makes the organization look worse.
Yeah.
It just does.
I think he laughs at it.
Okay. I laughed and thought to myself, God, this is a bad look. Yeah. I swear to you, last time I sent
that was
it.
my gut, too.
Yeah.
My gut was, God, come on, man.
Come on, exactly. I sent it to you and Evan last night, and Loogie, who doesn't answer. And I thought to myself, I'm like,
it was a come on, man.
I hate that I had to talk about this today.
Right.
I hate that.
I think he has enough plausible deniability to say that maybe he was looking at his phone or a scouting
But the
report in front of him on the
jarring-
desk. But you can see he like jerks himself awake.
Nobody looks up from a phone that way.
No.
Nobody looks up from a phone that way. We've all been there.
And then I think he must have seen himself on a monitor that maybe had an NFL Network on, because you can see he kind of looks up and he puts his hand on his like, oh boy.
And he realizes, oh crap, I'm screwed. He jumps up the same way I do when I'm trying to shut my eyes on a Long Island Railroad and the conductor comes by to check a ticket. I'm like, oh, all right, I got to get up. That's what Aaron Glenn had. It was the half asleep approach.